What if your final day could come without warning? No goodbyes, no justice, just silence and fear. Across the world, death row is more than just a place of waiting. It's a chamber of nightmares where cruelty hides behind laws, and executions become spectacles of terror. From public beheadings to prisoners thrown from planes, this is where punishment meets brutality, and humanity is often left behind. Number 1. Argentina's death flights. During Argentina's dirty war, from 1976 to 1983, a horrifying secret was kept from the world. Thousands of political prisoners were executed not by firing squad or hanging, but by being thrown alive from airplanes. Known as death flights, this tactic was used to silence dissidents. The military would drug prisoners, claiming they were being transferred, then fly them over the Atlantic Ocean and push them out mid-air. They were blindfolded, sedated, and defenseless. Most were activists, unionists, students, or journalists, anyone seen as a threat. It's estimated over 30,000 people disappeared during this time. Years later, former naval officer Adolfo Scilingo confessed to personally throwing 30 prisoners to their deaths. In 2017, he was sentenced to 640 years by a Spanish court, the first Argentine officer ever convicted by a foreign tribunal for crimes against humanity. Number 2. Botched execution, Clayton Lockett. In the United States, death by lethal injection is supposed to be clean and clinical, but for Clayton Lockett, his 2014 execution turned into a horrifying ordeal. Convicted of murder, rape, and kidnapping, Lockett was strapped to the gurney in Oklahoma, but when the IV was inserted incorrectly into his femoral vein, the lethal cocktail failed to work as intended. Lockett writhed, groaned, and tried to rise. Witnesses watched in disbelief. He convulsed for 43 minutes before dying of a heart attack. The procedure was supposed to take 10. This gruesome event reignited a global debate. Is there such a thing as a humane execution? Number 3. Electrocution failures. One of the oldest and most brutal forms of modern execution is the electric chair. The process involves strapping the inmate in and sending thousands of volts of electricity through their body. In 1990, Florida inmate Jesse Taffero experienced a horrific malfunction. Instead of a clean execution, flames erupted from his head. It took 3 jolts before he finally died. Taffero's case wasn't isolated. Electrocution has often been described as slow torture disguised as justice. Number 4. Isolation on death row in Japan. In Japan, inmates sentenced to death face a different kind of punishment: complete mental isolation. Prisoners live in near total silence, cut off from others, with no idea when their execution will happen. They are told the date only hours before, often not even allowed to say goodbye to their families. Some inmates have lived like this for decades, every day waking up wondering if it will be their last. Japan defends the system, saying it prevents chaos and suicide, but human rights groups call it psychological torture. Number 5. North Korea's public executions. In North Korea, public executions are used to instill fear in the population. In 2022, 3 teenagers were executed by firing squad, 2 for watching South Korean films, 1 for allegedly killing his stepmother. Crowds were forced to gather. Families had to watch. It wasn't just punishment, it was a performance. In a place where dissent means death, the firing squad sends a clear message: obey or disappear. Number 6. Torture and death in Myanmar. After Myanmar's 2021 coup, political dissent became a death sentence. Thousands were detained, many were tortured, some were executed in silence. San Lay San, a former rapper turned activist, was arrested and sentenced to death. Torture during interrogation caused a brain condition that required surgery. He was denied treatment and died in prison before execution. He was just 29 years old. In 2023 alone, at least 34 political prisoners died in Myanmar's prisons, 18 killed in detention, 16 from untreated illnesses. Number 7. Public beheadings in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia continues to carry out public beheadings for crimes like drug trafficking, dissent, and even protest. In 2024, the kingdom executed 198 people, its highest number since 1990. Some were convicted after confessions obtained under torture. Others were denied legal representation. In one case, 5 Yemeni men were beheaded, then crucified in public. their bodies displayed outside a university as students took exams. International condemnation has done little to stop these executions. Number 8. Iran's 1988 mass executions. In Iran, the summer of 1988 brought one of the most horrifying mass executions in modern history. Up to 30,000 political prisoners were executed in secret. The trials often lasted just minutes. Prisoners were asked a single question: if they opposed the regime, and if they answered yes, they were taken away and hanged. Buried in unmarked graves, many families never found out what happened to their loved ones. To this day, no Iranian official has been held accountable. Number 9. Execution by stoning. In parts of the world, particularly under strict Sharia law, death still comes by stoning. Usually reserved for adultery, the victim is buried up to their chest and pelted with stones until they die. In Afghanistan, under the Taliban, stoning has returned as a legal punishment. Women accused of adultery are often given no legal defense, no voice. In 2024, the Taliban's leader reaffirmed their commitment to public stonings, calling it righteous punishment, even as the world watches in horror. Number 10. North Korea's anti-aircraft gun executions. In North Korea, even the method of execution is a spectacle of fear. Officials deemed disloyal are sometimes executed with anti-aircraft guns, massive weapons designed to destroy planes. In 2016, 2 high-ranking officials were obliterated this way in front of military cadets. Their crime? Falling asleep during a meeting with the Kim Jong-un. It's not just punishment, it's a violent message of control. Number 11. Strange death row requests. Some death row stories are surreal. Thomas Grasso, executed in 1995, requested spaghetti with meatballs for his final meal. Instead, he was given SpaghettiOs. His final words: "I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this." Others have asked for KFC, full Thanksgiving dinners, or to see their pets. Some spend their final hours writing poetry, painting, or leaving cryptic final statements. Even on death row, humanity and oddity remain. From silent isolation to explosive public executions, death row is a mirror of the world's darkest corners. Some prisoners wait for decades, others don't even have a week, but they all live with the same terrifying truth. The end is coming, and they have no control over when or how. If this video opened your eyes to stories the world often ignores, consider subscribing. We bring you the most chilling true stories from around the globe. Raw, real, and unfiltered. Until next time, stay informed and stay aware.